Good evening, Millstone Pond. This is Stefan. I just wanted to mention that we had some snow. Um, I haven't seen the snow plows, but I did see a salt truck. So hopefully our roads will be cleared out pretty quickly. We, at least the last year and a half, 2 years that I've been here, they've done a fairly good job at cleaning the roads. Now I know some of you may not have snow blowers. You can post on this site if you need help with your driveways, especially if there's more snow, because there are residents that do have snow blowers. So I know this neighborhood and our group, which has grown a pretty good bit, um, we always like to be friendly neighbors. And in a neighborhood like ours, there are times that we might want to take care of each other. And what I'm leading up to, you'll understand why I'm saying this. Um, I know a lot of us have dogs, and I want to say that when you see someone out walking their dog, now if it's not somebody that you regularly associate with, a dog that doesn't know you, um, you need to be careful if you approach them because you don't know how that dog's going to react. You don't know if the person holding the dog is going to be able to handle the dog if they react badly. And, you really don't know what the behavior of that dog is going to be if that happens. Um, we also want neighbors to police their dogs as far as when they do their business, make sure you've got plastic bags with you to pick it up. Don't leave it in somebody else's yard. And we're all trying to grow our sod, so try to keep your dogs from urinating on someone else's yard because you know that it will burn the grass out. So the reason I'm talking about all of this is because of an incident that happened Saturday. Um, and the way this happens is I live at the end of Windmill Lane, and there's a berm that goes over to 26 Mile Road. There's a gas station across the street, a construction site. There's another gas station at the corner. And my wife took our dog out to do his business. And she goes around to the side of the house and up on the berm, let him find a place to go. And what happened next was a couple of teenagers, male teenagers, were coming back from somewhere. They were coming back from somewhere off 26 miles and then walking back up. Now, my wife had her back to them at first until the dog tried to take off and go towards these teenagers. Now, she wasn't going to let him go, and what he did was he spun her around and she fell down on the ground and skinned up her knee, and her shoulder is sore and all these things. I'm not holding them responsible for her falling because that's just my dog is too strong for her, and when I'm not here and she has to take him out, um, as long as there's nobody disturbing their duty, she's fine. But when he is trying to protect her, he can try to take off, and that's what happened. So the thing that I found disturbing is that these two teenagers saw her fall on the ground, and at the time she couldn't get up, and she was doing her best to hold the leash of the dog, and they did nothing. They just walked by like she wasn't even there. So, in closing, our children and our teens need to know what to do when there's someone in distress or someone that's had an accident or falling down or whatever. Knock on somebody's door, call somebody on your cell phone, ask the person if there's anything that they can do for you, and at least give it some attention, because you don't know if she was having a heart attack or broke a leg or whatever, and she could have been laying out there for hours. Fortunately, she was able to get up and come in the house. Now, I don't want this to become a neighborhood fight, or somebody saying don't kiss my teens, and that kind of stuff. This is just common courtesy, and if you have kids in the neighborhood, whether they were the ones that saw this incident or not, might be good if you talk to them a little bit about what happens when they're out there alone or with a friend and you see something like this happen. What should they do? Now, I'm not going to tell you what to tell them because you're the parent, but I know that if I had seen someone like that fall and they weren't able to get up, I would have at least asked them, can we help you? What can we do? Can we knock on the door of your house? Can we call 911? Whatever. So that's about all I've got tonight. I appreciate you listening, and thank you for being part of the Millstone Pond Homeowners Group.